Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, Forget Me Not Paranormal. How are you?
Doing good.
Very good.
Great. That's awesome.
Sorry.
And we have Raul,
Yes.
Raul and Andy with us as well.
Yes.
And are they the names of the dolls as well, or just the names of the spirits attached to the
I
dolls?
believe just
The spirits, yeah.
Spirits. Okay. Well, yeah. Fair enough. I'm with you now. Let's see who we've got in the chat and say a quick hello to them and make sure that my it must be muted. That's okay. We've got Yankee Kyle. How are you? Welcome and thank you for joining us. We have Gloria's Platter.
Awesome.
Hello, Gloria. And we have all that fluff and stuff. Hi, Fluffy.
Hey!
Welcome and thank you. And we have Karen Cronin. Hello, Karen. I hope you're well. I haven't seen your name before. If you're new to the channel, welcome and thank you for joining us. And we've got Rob Noble. Rob. Hello, Rob. Welcome.
Yeah. Hi, Rob. It's good to see you here.
I know who you are now.
Yeah,
And we have Fred Franklin. Hello, Fred. Welcome and thank you for coming. And I think that's about all we've got. People will come into the stream as we go along. Not everybody gets here on time. I don't always start on time. So let me introduce you to Forget Me Not Paranormal.
My name is Corey, and
I'm
this is Melissa, and we're out in Fresno, California.
We have a canine investigator named Patrick,
That's right.
and our son, who I call him a medium in training. So it's the two of us right now.
And these are Raul here and Andy that are spirited vessels that we purchased from Rob Noble, who out of New York. His great aunt once owned them, and these two were friends apparently while they were in his care. So we're excited to have them here. This would be probably their first podcast, right?
Oh yeah,
that's
Raul's been on for a little bit on some of my TikTok and
we've
some shorts and stuff, but yeah.
Oh yes. Why am I not? I'm somehow not surprised. Oh, that's fantastic. So I'm not going to go delve into who they are at the moment. We do have a part 1. If you want to learn more about Forget Me Not Paranormal, you can go to part 1, the live stream part 1, and check that out, and you'll learn a lot more about them as investigators and what they do and how they got to this point in time of having haunted vessels. Now, Raul was in your auntie's house, did you say?
It was
in Rob's, Rob Noble's, his great
aunt. Rob, yes, aunts, yeah.
She collected quite a few of them. And we have, what we said, about 9 of his vessels from that collection.
So they all know each other.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. You know, Rob, I might have to chat to you later. If you've got any more, we might be able to do a deal maybe, depending on how much the shipping is. I love a reputable, person who comes recommended, which is fantastic. You go on eBay all the time and you see a haunted doll, but you don't know who they are. So I'd much rather...
or whether what they're claiming is real. I'll have to say with Rob, whatever the medium that his great aunt used was fairly spot on. We've had them read by subsequent mediums who came up with almost identical backstories to all of them without any prior knowledge to what we had learned about them. So that was a great medium, Rob, your aunt has.
Okay, Kanga Blue has just dropped up. Hello, Kanga Blue. Welcome. It's lovely to see you as always. And I think I've disabled your Nightbot links, but that's okay. I'll go back into it at one point and turn it back on if I can. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. I have behind me my K2 meter and a cat's ball. Now the K2 meter is going off.
Yeah.
Been doing it all the time, yeah.
It's been doing it like since before the live stream started.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know what that's all about. Maybe one of my spirits is keen to meet Raul.
It could be, yeah. He's quite popular. We hear.
Yes. As you've noticed, I've got my pride. I made that scarf, and a friend of mine made the bear for me. My pride scarf, yeah, as a welcome present to Raul. Now Raul is, how old is he?
Okay, so what I kind of discovered, he'll tell me later if I'm wrong. I believe he was born around 1925. He was friends with the great aunt. It sounds like he passed in the 1980s, so I'm sure that would put him like in his 50s, give or take. I'm not good with that. So that's him. And then for Andy, he's in his 20s, and I did ask him. It seems like he was a college student. I'll have to find out a little bit more if that's accurate. But yeah, so it seems like they knew each other from being with each other in the afterlife.
Right, as opposed.
Oh, okay. And now they've become
They're
close friends. Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. Everybody needs a friend in life and in death.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's interesting about Raul too is that the great aunt knew him in life and knew that he had identified as a gay man, and that has been completely confirmed with everything that we've encountered in reading him and so forth. Quite a character, quite an interesting individual. He's it lived up to his reputation, I think, with that. So his great aunt did know him, actually. So it's interesting that he entered a vessel that she may have had, or not sure exactly how he chose this one in specific. But yeah, no, it's been interesting with him. So hopefully they do a little show. I don't know.
He's very protective for my young son.
Yeah.
And so he and Aaron have formed quite a little bond.
Yeah.
Aaron wants to be a scientist, so he's really into science. And that was one of the first things on our unboxing video, that Raul was making the K2 meter go off when Aaron was telling him science stuff.
Right.
So.
Because in life, he was a chemist. Yeah. That was his
Right. I see. Now I'm going to do... No, I don't want to do that. I want to do that.
Back there.
That's better. Then I can put messages up and it doesn't distract our line of view. Yay! I learned something new today. Okay, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. Make them caps if you can. I know YouTube doesn't like caps lock. Maybe put 3 thumbs up or something. I'll just do a tuber chat thing here and ask a question. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go and get to know Raul like I would do any other person, living or dead, that I have just met for the first time. Okay. It sounds weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to turn this Rem-Pod on.
They sound weird to others, but we're completely used to it. We do it all.
I'm excited for this. I really am.
So I did put a new battery in. I'm trying to change the field. Okay.
I must learn how to turn the heat sensors off as well on mine.
So for Raul, he only really communicates using the temperature gauge.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Andy does the green
light.
and
Andy does the green light.
And Raul has to warm it up a little bit. He doesn't make it go down. Raul makes the temperature go up.
Oh, yeah, that's all his hotness, his watermelon.
So Andy, they ended up sharing it. They don't really like K2 meters. Don't really like cat balls. They don't like bullet lights.
We've tried everything with them.
They were like, no, Rem-Pod only.
Rem-Pod, okay. So that's really a moot point there, having those out.
So yeah, and so
oh dear.
For Raul also, he does communicate psychically. I've had a couple dreams of him, and where he's told me things, and
he showed
himself to me. Yeah, so
which was interesting.
I asked for him. I was like, I'd like to know what you kind of look like. So.
Yeah, and he showed himself as a doll, kind of making eyes over at her.
Oh, fantastic. I'm so looking forward to this. We've got a few new people in the chat. We've got Dean Newham. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We have got Our Paranormal World. Thank you very much for being here.
There
And
you
we've
go.
got Vegas Paranormal as well.
Oh, hello, Vinny Paranormal.
Filter.
Oh, what was that? Filter. Don't know
Filter.
if that means anything, but I don't know if you can hear the obvious. I've got that going. I thought it's less distracting than the necrophonic.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
I might even get the ghost tube out at one point.
It's like-
Okay. Again, if you've got any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. 3 thumbs up in the chat so I can actually see what you're, because I've got my glasses off now. Okay, Raul.
Yes, there he is.
Hello, how are you?
He seems to be doing pretty well.
Yes. Are you able to, would you like to answer some questions for me so I can get to know you a bit better?
We usually wait a 10-second. It's getting a little harder, right, Raul? But they were going off a minute ago, then they.
Yes. My name is Heather. You've obviously probably heard about me already. It's very nice to meet you, and I'm looking forward to having a chat with you. Oh, I asked if I can ask them some questions.
Oh,
Oh,
there
there
he
he goes.
goes. Okay.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't know if to do yes or no. Look, I'm going to ask yes or no questions. If you want to talk through my Ovilus, that would be Ovilus, whatever it is on my phone. That would be great if you want to give a better answer or a more detailed answer. Otherwise, we'll just stick to the yes and no questions.
Nope, he said okay.
Okay.
That was Andy.
Maybe. And I don't know how to define yes or no. Should we do 1 beep for yes and 2 beeps for no?
For them, I usually do the 10 seconds. So I ask a question and then I wait 10 seconds, and if they don't answer, then that's a no. Yeah.
No.
So he's agreed.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Right. So 10 seconds.
I count in my head to 10.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like, yeah, that's what we're doing.
Right. He's eager. He's eager. That's great. Oh. Oh, now I've lost all train of thought. I'm just, oh, jeepers.
He says, I think he said he's nervous too.
I know, don't worry, so am I. I've never been lost for words before, Raul. I can tell you that much.
I turned on my
He turned on
thing
his
and it just
says
said
terrified.
terrified.
Terrified. Yes, so am I. I'm not to ask questions. I'm a very open-ended type person. So that's why I'm thinking this is going to be difficult for me personally, but never mind, we'll get there. Help me chat. Okay, did you know? Oh, Andy's here. Hello,
Yeah.
Andy.
Do you guys would you like to listen to some music and see if that would be something that you would like to respond to? Okay. How about I play your favorite song? I'll play your favorite song and everyone can know. All right, here we go. Ready? 1.
He's a big Depeche Mode fan.
Oh, we love the Depeche Mode.
We rock out to this one. So much that my cousin.
Sing.
Yeah, there you go. Sing. That's I know. We do it all the time.
Anything else you'd like to say?
So that's the song he likes. He is a Depeche Mode fan.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, Andy has a different style of music, huh?
Yes, there
Yeah,
he is. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like
there
that.
we go. Do you still go to gay nightclubs?
Dorothy.
I don't know.
Dorothy. Do you know what Dorothy is?
Yeah, I think.
Dorothy used to be the code for "Are you a friend of Dorothy's" for the gay community
Community.
I know
Yeah,
that.
your friend
prior
Dorothy.
to decriminalisation.
Right.
Oh.
So I think
Was
that's
that your code word?
Yeah, it was the. So it was right there, Dorothy. I immediately recognized. Yep, there he goes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
so he gave the code word to say absolutely. Yeah, I was too.
He's like, if she'd take me to some.
Were you at the Stonewall riot? Do you remember the Stonewall riots?
Would have been about this time.
The Stonewall riots was a riot in San Francisco that began. It was the trans women of color, I believe, started the most of it, and it was actually just a riot against police repression at the time.
Right.
Do you remember the Stonewall riots, Raul?
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah. They were pretty famous at the time, though.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine he would have heard of them.
I'm sure.
Do you remember what the Stonewall? Do you know what the Stonewall riots were all about?
I take that as a yes.
Yeah. Were you in San Francisco at the time, or were you in an? Oh no, were you in San Francisco at the time?
Yes.
You were. Wow.
Uh,
And there's another light flashing there as well. I wonder who that is. And was it? Were you a part of the riots? Did you get involved in the riots?
might be that's a no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or did you read about it in the newspaper? Or did they have television back then?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you hear it on the radio or the newspaper?
He said no.
Oh, I guess that's a yes. Yeah.
Yep.
He said he was at the time we got.
Well, that's a definite yes.
Yeah.
That's a camp yes, that is. And Andy's there too. He knows all about it. Did you have any friends that were involved in the Stonewall riots? Did you know anyone personally?
Yes.
No. Okay.
You did?
Yeah, it seems to be a yes. The distinct
Temperature
thing that he likes to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know what their fate was? Like what happened to them?
Colin. Yeah, he
What-
does. He gave the name Colin.
Colin. Oh, okay.
Colin.
Do you know what happened to Colin?
It seems like he's saying yes. He does know what happened.
Yes. Okay. There's a whole heap of questions I could ask about this. Was he arrested?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
he
Was Colin bashed?
Yes.
Did Colin spend longer than one night in jail?
It seems like that's.
Marjorie.
He gave another name of. He spent more than one night. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Longer than a week? Did he spend longer than a week in jail?
That's probably a yes.
Right. Wow, that's a long time to be spent in jail just for being gay, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he's indicating yes. It is.
Yes. Did you know that next month is Pride Month? In June?
Grace.
Grace? Did that
He
say
said
Grace?
Grace. Grace.
Sorry?
He gave the name Grace, but that could also mean like a sense of grace.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
yeah.
it's a sense of grace.
Sense of grace, absolutely. Do you have any plans for Pride Month? Are you going to do anything for Pride Month?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you want to
Are you
go
Are you
to
now?
Pride
What's your favorite drink? What's his favorite drink?
Modelo.
Modelo. Are you going to have a drink of Modelo and watch a drag show?
He's like, it's Friday night Modelo every Friday.
No.
Wow, that's fantastic. Have you ever done drag? Have you ever performed or done drag?
That's a no.
Maybe that's a no.
Oh well, no. I think
He
that's
did
a
it
yes.
right on the 10.
You're right on the
He does
10.
sometimes.
Yes, right on the 10, yes.
Yes, he has done drag.
Did
Yeah.
do drag. Mm.
Bet
I'd
you
love
would.
to know. I'd love to know what your drag name was.
Would you be willing to give it to us, Raul? What your drag name may have been, if it's in there? Oh, it says help us.
Help us.
Help us.
Yeah, we have a lot of other spirits too, so it's hard to figure out who's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Yes. Okay.
I bet you look fantastic, Raul. I'm sure you did.
Oh,
He's
absolutely.
like, yes, I did.
He has such a great sense of humor.
Did you ever? Oh, he's going on. Do you like my pride? My pride in the background there in the camera. You should be able to see my pride scarf. Do you like it? I made it myself.
Yeah, there he goes. He's doing it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he did. Yeah.
He's flickering the temperature thing too.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. Would you like to visit me one day? If you're allowed. Would you come to Australia and say good day?
I see him flickering.
He's flickering. I think he's significant. I think, yeah, he said yes, significant. So I think he's kind of indicating.
It's on his bucket list, maybe.
I think so.
Raul, if you did come over, what would be a sign? Could you be able to give me a sign that you're here? What would be a sign for you to let me know that you've called in to say good day?
Andy.
And would you have a sign, Raul? Like a call sign?
Like, I don't know. I mean, I can't have the Rem-Pod out 24/7. It'll be going off at 6 all day and night.
Yeah, I think he's saying yes. He'd have a call sign. What would that sign be, Raul?
Yeah, I'd like to know so that I know that you're here and I can say good day and
Safe.
He said safe.
Safe.
Safe. Safe. Isn't that interesting? I've got a safe in the kitchen.
Huh.
Oh God, I've just told everybody my secret.
Raul, you kind of that. Get people's secrets out.
Oh dear, I can't believe I did that. Never mind. That was a lie.
Sure,
By the way, I'm...
of course. Yeah.
He's like, no, it wasn't.
Oh dear, oh dear. Well, if you do come over and say hello, Raul, I hope I recognise you when you.
Oh,
Look, she said we're enjoying
Heather,
this.
you just said we're enjoying this.
Sorry, what did he say?
We're enjoying this.
Oh, really? That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Raul, can I ask you a very, very, very personal question that you don't have to answer if you don't want to? It's actually about your death.
He said, yes, you can ask.
Yeah. Did you die of an HIV-related illness? Or an AIDS-related illness?
I think that might be a no.
No, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to upset you, Raul, but I just figured that you died in the early 80s when the HIV pandemic.
Oh,
No.
that might be an affirmative on that. It might have taken a little longer. It would make sense because it was not well known at the time, and he was so young. He was only in his 50s when he passed.
And in 1984, they didn't even really. When did the commercials and all that start?
Mid-50s.
Oh, I think it would probably have been at the earliest, the mid-80s to late 80s.
Mid-80s, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I hope I didn't cause you too much upset, Raul. Did you know many people who passed away from HIV or AIDS, I should say?
Looks like that might be a no.
No, okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I'll get on to something a little bit more happier now. Are you aware that the HIV virus is pretty much under control these days?
I think that's a yes.
Yeah, you're aware of that? Oh, of course you would. Yeah, okay, sorry. It's emotional for me too because I knew a lot of people who passed away from that.
Yeah.
Yes. So, do you like the theatre? That was a totally random question. I don't know where it came from, but it was just something to say.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Did you? Oh.
So did Andy.
Andy said I did too.
Oh dear, oh dear. And do you like musical theatre? Yeah, of course, it's all musical theatre, isn't it? Most theatre is music. Oh no, not necessarily. Do you like musical theatre?
Battle.
I'm not sure what that means. Battle.
Babble.
Yeah, strange. But I think it's a yes to musical theater.
Yes.
Watch some Raul and Andy. Watch some. What's The Greatest Showman? I haven't seen that one.
Oh, yeah.
And Andy, I hear you're 25.
Give or take.
If Andy's there. I've been neglecting Andy. Sorry, Andy.
Connie. Okay.
So he's around 25.
Yeah, I would say it's. Sometimes Raul will answer for him, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Andy. Yeah, Andy.
There you go, Andy. And when Raul comes over, would you like to come with him and say good day to me one day?
Alter.
Yeah,
That's a yes.
so they'll go together.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. You can wear my pride scarf if you like.
Andy does want a pen too to support him, so he did get his pen.
Yes.
Yeah, and I need to get Andy a pen as a supporter. So.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes.
Mm.
Well, if you come in November, it's warm, and we have Feast Festival here in Adelaide, which is our Gay Pride Festival,
Oh,
cool.
wow.
and so you can be come to that.
I'm gonna take him on June 4th to Fresno's Pride Parade. So that's the plan. My son and I are gonna try to go. I'm not sure how we're gonna do this. I guess we're gonna put them in little bags and just kind of pull them over. He wants to go.
I've got a friend who takes her haunted doll everywhere, so
No.
you're not alone. You're not alone. Yeah, they want to go there. Oh, have you been to Castro? Have you two been to Castro?
I have. I don't know if you've been to the Castro district. I mean, yeah, great place. Yeah.
Yes, they have too. I went to Castro and I went to the bar. I can't remember what it's called. I've got a photo of it somewhere. I went to the bar, which is the very first bar to take its black paint off its windows in America.
Oh, right. I think I know the one you mean. Yeah, it's right there on the big intersection.
Yes,
Corner.
yes,
Yeah, yes.
yes. Oh, what's it called? Because I had my photo taken under it.
Gosh,
Under the sign, because the sign was appropriate for me. Something like, I don't know. It'll come to me. It'll come to me.
let me see if I can find it. No, I know the exact one you're talking about. It's right there on that intersection, and it's a tour.
Many died here.
Yeah, we get that.
I wouldn't be surprised. Oh my! That's still going off.
Is it? Yeah, it's still. We got some action over there. Did I go to yellow? Yeah.
I'm not too sure. Why are they painted black? Why are they painted black in the first place?
I know.
There it is.
Because it was because homosexuality was criminalized.
Right.
They were like speakeasies.
Right.
Hear the
And
footsteps.
to have homosexuals gather in one building was illegal because it just was, and the police knew they were gay, and they had to black the windows out for privacy's sake to avoid risk of being arrested.
I can't get the name of it. It keeps going to the stone wall, but I know it's not the stone wall.
No.
I know the one you're talking. Yeah, because it was that one, and then Stonewall happened soon after, where they had the drag show at the Stonewall, and the police raided it, and people forget how people forget how conservative the San Francisco Police Department used to be, and because San Francisco used to be predominantly an Irish Catholic town. And they went in and started bashing them. They started dragging them up, and the drag queen said no. And they stood their ground. And it was after that Harvey Milk had his run for the city council there and won, and he was assassinated. Yeah. That's the Moscone Center right there is named for it. Yeah.
Sorry, chat. I've been ignoring everyone in chat lately. I do apologize. I'm so intrigued in talking to Raul that I just forget that there are other people actually watching.
He's like, I know.
But I think what's amazing about Raul, like he lived through all that. he wasn't like a little kid like we were. He was an adult.
Well, we weren't even around.
No, this was in the early 80s. Yeah, we were little.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy that, and so how neat is it now I know he's passed on, but in his vessel, like to see the acceptance. Yeah, he's indicating that it's got to be a really neat experience for him to be able to about who he is.
Yes, it would be an incredible life. I mean, even in Australia, we decriminalised homosexuality in South Australia in 1975 after the death of Dr. Duncan,
Right.
who was a university professor in Adelaide, and he was thrown into the River Torrens by who people suspect were plainclothes police officers. No one has ever been brought to justice, and no one has been charged. But that's just rumour and hearsay. There was never ever an investigation into that. And the Law Society of Adelaide spent a long time lobbying between 1972 and 1974 to get homosexuality decriminalised in South Australia. We were the first state to do that.
Mm.
And it probably helped that we had a premier who was gay.
Mm.
I'm sure yeah. I think too, that's kind of where we're a little behind on that nationally, not so much in California, but nationally, well, I think people who don't now the Supreme Court only recently made gay marriage legal. That was only within the last 4 or 5 years that they've done that. And but California, fortunately, has had it for a while. And then the idea that a horrible betrayal that it was might have been plainclothes police officers who did that to Dr. It was his name Hobart, or what was the doctor's name? It was the professor's name?
Duncan, sorry, George.
Okay.
Yeah, Duncan, Dr. Duncan.
Dr. Duncan, like if it was the authorities that did that, what a horrible betrayal to the community to have done something like that. We had something similar, but it wasn't with the police officer. It was his the boy in the Midwest.
Oh, that was his.
It was boys from school who did it and beat him to death.
Yeah.
Right, and then there's been all kinds of a lot of the laws changed after that happened.
Oh yes, there was a movie made about that.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. His parents.
I can't remember what it was.
Pretty instrumental in doing that. So it's got to be fascinating for Raul to see the change. The open that I don't think he really lived through. I mean, being born in 1925.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely not acceptable socially anywhere almost to even so much as utter something like that, much less live that way, and then to go through Stonewall and then
Well, now our kids watch cartoons. I mean, the Disney Channel has. So, I mean, they're watching where they're seeing a lesbian relationship.
Right.
There's transgender people. There are non-binary people. So it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, he's going on.
But I think, Raul, Queer as Folk. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but it's the best show on earth. And I think it's Canadian. No, it's American, but no, it's American. Sorry.
Yeah.
My apologies. There was an English version and American version.
Right.
Raul, I'm going to ask, if I go through the decades, I'd like to know when you came out, how long you were closeted for. So if I go through like from 20s and then wait 10 seconds or then go on to, I just want to know, because you were 50, won't take that long. I'd like to know when you came out or how long you were closeted for, because it would have been very, very difficult for you to come out prior to the 80s. So I'm going to start off, were you closeted in your 20s?
think that might be a no.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah, I think he may come out
Okay.
early.
Yeah. So I'm gonna rephrase the question and say, did you come out in your early 20s?
No. Huh.
I'll take that as a no as well. Oh, pardon me. Did you come out in your late 20s?
Maybe waiting.
It seems to be a no.
No. Okay.
Perhaps he did it in his late teens. Raul, did you come out in your late teens?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he was bold. Maybe he did. No, it seems like a no.
No, I think it was more in his 30s.
Do you
or
think
40s,
so?
Yeah. That's just me.
Did you come out in your 30s?
Or he might be. That's my mystery.
Okay. That's no too. Did you come out at all?
That's what I was wondering. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't come out at all.
That's what I was thinking. Like he did his normal day job and then.
No.
And then, okay. So I'm just going to rephrase the question just so that we can be clear in our minds that we're getting the right information. You led a double life. Kind of.
It seems like a no as well.
So did you just keep your sexuality quiet?
He's like, I'm not telling you.
I wonder if it's all a no that he didn't come out, but I mean the great aunt knew that he was a
He's
homosexual.
probably kept it private.
Maybe.
Yes.
That's a question we've never asked before, so that's interesting.
Okay. Maybe he just doesn't want to tell us. Maybe he's gone. Is he sort of over it now? Must be very tiring, maybe.
I think so.
Raul, are you still with us?
Sometimes he tells us he's tired.
I wonder if he's gone a little dormant at the moment.
Sounds like he might have gone.
Gone dormant. No.
It does take a lot.
No.
Yes, it does. It's very sad. Well, anyway, Raul, thank you. If you're listening, you don't have to talk anymore. Thank you for talking to me. I really appreciate that.
Oh, there. Just didn't want to tell
He's back. Did you have a pee break?
Perhaps.
You went and had what's that? I can never remember the name of that drink. All that fluff and stuff asked if Tasmania was still criminalised. I don't think it is. I think they actually decriminalised that a little while ago now. But I know it took them a long time. It was like 90s or 2000s or something before they decriminalised. They were the last state. I'm just going to go back because we've got, I know Gloria's Platter's gone. Thank you, Gloria. You're probably well and truly gone by now. That's all right. And I think... who else? Somebody said something. Oh, the Stock Explorer is here. Hello. Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
And And it looks like we might be finished. How are you going, Raul? Can you go on? Are you ready to? Are you ready to finish? Or do you want to go on?
You may have gone dormant again.
Again, oh, bloody hell. He's gone. Yeah, that's right. I think we might leave it there.
Yeah.
I think now he's a bit irritable.
No, is it okay?
Okay.
Like, I'll make you wait.
He likes to mess with us.
He's a bit of a gangster.
Yeah, especially these two. They have such a sense of humor, and they like to kind of mess with us a little bit.
Raul, Kanga Blue wants to know if you were shy, if you are shy or were shy. Were you a shy person? I don't think you were though, because I was told you were the life of the gay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a no.
Were you a bit of a party animal? Everybody adored you.
Yeah.
So was Andy. Andy like
There you go, Kanga. That's your there's the answer to your question.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Atlantic City. So
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Is Atlantic City a conservative city for you, Raul?
I think that might be a no.
Oh,
I mean, Atlantic City was kind of like the Vegas of the East during
right.
so
Okay.
it was a little more open. A lot of gambling, and there was a lot of things like that. It's in New Jersey.
Yes. Cool. Now, what's the time? Oh, it's 12:48. That's not too bad.
Mm-mm.
Yes. Well, thank you, Raul, and thank you, Andy. Is it Andy? Yes, Andy, for talking to me. I really appreciate your time. It's been a pleasure.
We appreciate you.
And I wish I had have known you when you were alive. Because I tell you what, I would have come to the US because I've been to San Francisco a few times, and we would have met up. We would have just partied on all night.
That would have been so good. He probably would have been a blast. He's such a.
That's going off. That's like really going off. Oh dear. Oh, did you have anyway? No worries. Well, thank you. Forget Me Not Paranormal. That was
Thank you.
amazing. Does anybody have? We've still got 10 minutes, literally. But does anybody have any questions that they'd like to ask Forget Me Not? I am going to put their link in the chat. Give me a moment. I've got them on my front page. So if you would like to go and see the copy, I've got that many browsers open, and Command V. That's the link to Forget Me Not Paranormal if you would like to connect with them. And yeah, maybe you'll get to see a little bit more of Raul and Andy and some of the other attachments they've got. Or vessels. What do you call them? Do you call them spirits, attachments, vessels, or
Spirit vessels?
Spirited vessels, yeah.
spirited vessels? Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be what they prefer.
We're going to be, next week's video is going to be introducing all of our gentlemen that live in the house.
Yes.
Wow, amazing. And look, this has just been so much fun. I
Thank you.
really enjoyed it, and I'd love to have you back in the future to have you back and talk.
That'd
Maybe
be our pleasure.
others. That would be. This has just been amazing, and I didn't have to do a thing; just sit here and ask questions.
Thank you.
Yeah, Heather, they did too. You've been great, Heather. Thank you so much.
They know
No
we were.
worries.
Okay.
I hate to do it to her, but ask Melissa what Raul was adamant that the medium who read him knew.
Oh yes, Rob. Yes, that when Missy purchased the Raul from Rob, the vessel from Rob, he didn't tell us initially because I think he was trying to not offend anyone. But once Melissa developed a rapport with him, yeah, he did indicated to her. He said, one of the other things that the medium had said about Raul, adamant that she know, is that he was very well known in the gay community in Jersey or Atlantic City for being very well endowed.
Oh, okay. Now there is one more question.
Thank you, all that fluff.
Oh, thank you, all that fluffing stuff. Thank you so much.
One more question, Raul. Bigger than 8 inches.
Oh,
Sepia. Oh, wow.
I do have one more pride item, and I don't know if I'm going to get kicked off YouTube if I brought it out.
Oh,
But I'm going to say bigger than this. But anyway, okay, then I'm not going to take that any further than that. Raul, you are very well blessed. I'm sure there's a heap of power bottoms that are crying right now that have missed out.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're a top, Raul.
I would assume so.
and he goes, yes.
Okay, let's hope I don't get kicked off YouTube.
Sorry.
But we have to ask these things. Okay. Now somebody wants to know where to get your merch from. Where was that? Where do we get
Teespring? Teespring, it's on our YouTube, and it has just a little button that says merch. And the one I'm wearing, I don't know if you can see it, but this one, and we made smaller shirts that have this logo. This is our special one that we made just for us, since we wear them all the time. But we do have, a bunch of little ones, and we have a pint glass, and we have stickers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Franklin.
They're going off.
I think Raul enjoyed it as well.
I think he did.
Yeah, it's not stopping.
And Andy. Oh, I keep forgetting Andy. Sorry, Andy. I keep leaving you out. I don't mean to do that. Anyway, no worries. Thank you once again. Thank you to all my lovely people who are sitting here watching now. Don't forget, subscribe to Forget Me Not Paranormal. Links there somewhere, and on the front of my page if you haven't already, if you're re-watching this. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to me if you're new to the channel and you'd like to learn more. I've got a paranormal investigation coming out next week, hopefully. And I shall see you all on Saturday for my premiere.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks. Bye.